A scare at a local high school campus. Students run for cover after hearing gunfire. What we know about what led up to the shooting. And supporting students. A new resource center now open to help families make ends meet. Find out if you're eligible. You're watching The Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Winston. We'll have more on those stories coming up in a moment. But first, the ongoing manhunt for the man wanted in the mass shootings in Maine. Investigators are combing through more than 530 tips and leads that have come in from the public since Wednesday night's shooting. Dive teams and aerial teams are searching the area near the boat launch where the suspected shooter, Robert Card's white Subaru, was found. It's one of several search sites investigators are zeroing in on. Authorities are asking for patience as the community anxiously waits for answers.
We're going to continue to fight on their behalf to bring this individual to justice because we know that that has an impact on starting that healing process. It's not a slam dunk. It's not when we got him now everybody's better. This is going to take a while, right? It's going to take a while for communities to work through. It's going to take forever for families to work through. You lose somebody that you love. That's a big, big deal.
There is an around-the-clock search for 40-year-old Robert Card. Authorities say he has 20 years of military service. Officials tell NBC News he threatened a military base and was sent to a mental health facility in July. Meanwhile, we're starting to hear from family members whose loved ones were senselessly killed.
The world lost a great girl, and I lost a precious daughter.
Tricia Aslan's mother says her daughter was killed while trying to call 911 from the bowling alley. It was the first stop of the shooter's rampage. And then 12 minutes later, more shots were fired at a local bar where the bar manager was killed. His father says his son tried to fight off the shooter with a kitchen knife. A total of 18 people were killed. Another 13 were injured. Police are investigating a shooting involving officers at Legacy High School in Southgate. It happened after a football game. LA school police tell us it began when school employees first reported some sort of disturbance involving an officer around 9:30 Thursday night. From News Chopper 4, you can actually see all of the police units there on scene. And we're told the officer fired his weapon after being attacked by a person with a car. Students and families say they quickly took cover in sheer panic.
We were just right there, like everyone was crying, calling their parents, and everyone was like, just saying what's up. Everyone was scared if their parents were outside. Like, it was like just a disaster,
Police say the person is being treated for a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. 2 LA school police officers are also recovering from minor injuries. Another candidate is throwing his hat into the presidential race, but this time, a Democratic lawmaker is looking to unseat President Biden.
We've got some challenges, that's for sure. We're going to repair this economy, and we are going to repair America as long as we do it together.
That's Congressman Dean Phillips of Minnesota. The Democrat has been critical of President Biden's re-election bid. He says the country needs a younger leader to replace the 80-year-old president. We're looking at a pretty nice fall weekend, my friends. Meteorologist Shana Mendiola is here and tracking Santa Ana winds coming in with your first alert forecast.
Hi, everybody. We are starting off calm for the weekend, but by the end of the weekend, those Santa Ana winds return. So check out what to expect. We've got temperatures going up, and we've got offshore winds in the forecast, especially for those wind-prone areas. So Newhall Pass, Cajon Pass, valleys, and also the coastal areas. Definitely we'll see that here in the next few days. As high pressure starts to build in, we've got the jet stream coming through right over Los Angeles, creating some wind for us Sunday into Monday. So we'll follow some wind advisories, also wind watches, and fire danger as well. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you'll notice temperatures go up. We've got the ridge of high pressure that will heat us up on the way. So let me step out of the way to show you. We've got some 70s for you in LA, but 80s by Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday's Halloween, but wind should die down by then. It'll stay mild, and those temperatures will be in the 80s for you in the IE and valleys. It's been a look at your forecast. Have a great weekend ahead.
Thank you, Shauna. I'm going to need some extra hairspray. The city of LA is inviting landlords to apply for aid for back rent owed during the pandemic. But as NBC4's Ted Chin reports, some say the program doesn't go far enough to help tenants.
While it's a drop in the bucket, it is definitely a step in the right direction.
That's a landlord group reacting to the help being offered by the city of Los Angeles, which is now inviting small property owners to apply for more than $18 million in aid to get back money lost during the pandemic. To qualify, landlords must own 12 rental units or fewer. They can get paid up to 6 months of back rent from tenants that earn 80% or less of the median income.
This is meant to help stabilize neighborhoods, help stabilize rents, and help tenants stay in their housing and not face any form of eviction.
But critics point to the nearly $40 million from Measure ULA, where the aid is coming from, that's being spent on outreach and legal protection for tenants that face eviction. They say that money would be better spent going directly to tenants.
And so if the city could just pay $2,000 to $3,000 to help some of these renters stay housed, it would be far better use than paying an attorney $250 to $350 an hour to represent these tenants. It's a complete waste of funds.
The dollars that are spent on tenant education, they have an impact to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of tenants across the city, where rental aid, you need more per unit.
The Greater Apartment Association of Los Angeles says property owners have lost some $1 billion in rent and another $3 billion because of the city's freeze on rent increases. And with interest rates going up, the fear is many landlords will no longer be able to afford their buildings.
And as those loans come due and need to be refinanced, people aren't going to be able to afford to keep these rental properties. And I'm not sure what's going to happen to them after that.
Ted Chen, NBC4 News.
Leaders with LA Metro say they're developing an action plan to tackle homelessness on trains and buses. The board approved the motion to address homelessness and connect the unhoused with social services. LA Mayor Bass, who chairs the board, says there were 50 deaths on Metro within the first 6 months of this year. The new plan would include finding emergency housing for the homeless and boosting services for them, particularly during the late night and early morning hours. Parents struggling to make ends meet are finding some help in Riverside County. A new campus resource center is offering families the basic necessities. NBC4's Tony Shen shows us what's being offered, who's eligible, and the difference it's making in some kids' lives.
You could say Eric Peterowski knows a lot about folding clothes because he has a big family.
We had 6 kids come through the district. We have 2 left going to school here.
Their washer and dryer recently broke down, and Eric says cleaning clothes for a total of 8 people can be tough on a small budget.
Going to laundromats is very expensive, so we found out that they have a family engagement center here, and this is our first day here.
The Family Engagement Community Resource and Learning Center is located on the campus of Tomas Rivera Middle School. Not only can parents in the Val Verde Unified School District have access to free washers and dryers, they can also get free clothing and other supplies at the store across the way.
As you can see, this is the closet portion of that.
Mark Lenore is the Assistant Superintendent for Education Services. He's also the one who came up with the idea for a resource center. Mark says he knows what it's like to be a kid in a family that doesn't have a lot of money.
Just growing up myself, sometimes there were times when the electricity got cut. And I never forgot that.
And that's why he wants his students to feel a sense of pride when they walk into class.
When you look at the research, it says 20% of students who don't come to school do not come to school because they do not have clean clothes.
About 8 years ago, Mark looked for new ways to keep his students in school. So recently, he created this center for low-income families, thanks in part to a state grant.
And a lot of this is being made through donations as well. We have a number of donors that are giving us brand new clothes to donate to our needy families.
Since many students have parents who only speak Spanish, the center also offers them an opportunity to learn English.
The teacher comes 2 days a week. The classes are run from 4 o'clock to 6:30 p.m.
Free education, free laundry, and even free clothing. All of it for students and parents who could use the extra help financially and emotionally.
And my daughter got some new shoes and she couldn't wait to show them off to all of her friends. Having access to something like this is an absolute game changer for a lot of people.
In Paris, Tony Shen, NBC4 News.
It's one of the biggest Dia de los Muertos celebrations in the world. The Hollywood Forever Cemetery is coming alive Saturday for the 24th annual event to honor the dead. So the fun, centuries-old festivities run from day to night inside the famous grounds. And aside from the beautiful altars honoring past loved ones, there's also other fun events for people of all ages.
You know, the reason it becomes a celebration is because it is a celebration. We are honoring our ancestors. We are honoring those that have gone before us. And because we know that there's different ideas about what to celebrate, we have the Dia de Muertos, which is a more family-oriented venture. And then we have the Noche de Muertos, which is more of a rock concert, festival type. So
the Day of the Dead events at the Hollywood Cemetery is so iconic that it even inspires bigger events in Mexico. Pretty cool. Well, Halloween is just days away, and even the smallest babies get to dress up. You have to see this. Oh my goodness, absolutely adorable. These are babies in the NICU at Cedars-Sinai, and they're wearing homemade costumes that were made by volunteers. So we spotted a zebra, a cute little pumpkin, a bat, and Bluey.
It's really amazing, especially having him in the NICU, can feel really scary. So getting this little moment of joy is just a delight.
Oh, how cute. My heart is melting. Those are some beautiful babies. Parents will get to keep the costume as a keepsake as their children grow older. I love it. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4, weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout the morning. All right, I'll see you next time on The Rundown.